right, well, welcome back to Grumpy Old Men, episode 10. We've made it 10 episodes. Today is Friday, April 14th. I am Eric.
And I am Tim. How's your week been, Eric?
Good, man, good. Filled with lots of stuff. As you know, we have that volleyball tournament in Louisville this weekend. Hopefully everything's okay. We're at the convention center. I don't know how far that is from that bank, but I imagine it was probably a one-off. It's not going to be anything too bad.
He thought he was going to get fired, didn't he?
That's what I read this morning. It said I thought I was going to get fired. I found out a week ago I was going to get fired. He bought the weapon a week ago, or something. I don't know, man. It's getting out of hand. It's not a gun problem, man. These people are just idiots.
Oh, it's not a gun problem. Speaking of which, I did see a New York Times article before we came on, and I want to dive into it a little further. Not today, though. About the New York Times ran an article about some people are saying that their gun just automatically went off. The trigger just went off, and some SIG P. It was one of the SIGs, but they said, "Oh yeah, there's got like 6 people named that their gun automatically just magically fired." I'm calling horse shit if it's in the New York Times, but I'll dig into that a little bit deeper.
Yeah, I would imagine if you check their financials, there's some sort of deposit in their account for saying.
Oh, I'm sure.
Just to get, wait
a minute. You say there's corruption in this country?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
I will neither confirm nor deny it. No, there might be corruption, but the files that prove it are sitting at the bottom of a lake with your food and your guns.
Exactly. They're buried with all the other stuff. They're the sunken treasure.
That's right. All right. Well, look, I brought some obscure shit. Well, I brought one super obscure story. You're probably going to know it, man. I'm just going to burst my bubble.
I don't know if it's that
so
obscure.
one is fairly easy. So I'll mention the first one first. And this is going to be, you have to know about this. There's no way you don't.
I don't know. So to be fair, this weekend was with the Masters going on. Last weekend with the Masters going on, I didn't stay up to date on stuff that I normally would have. So you might get me this week.
This is if you don't know about this, I'm going to be surprised. I'm not even going to get done with saying it, and you're going to know what I'm talking about. A judge in Texas. Do you know where I'm going with this?
No, not really. Keep going. Well, I thought you was going to say a judge somewhere else.
No, a judge in Texas, a federal judge in Texas,
where he ruled on the he overall, what was it, Roe v. Wade or something? He made a ruling, and they're talking about the federal government's going to have to overturn it. What was his rule? What did he rule on? There was a judge in Texas
that the abortion pill was unsafe.
Yep, Roe v. Wade. Yep,
not Roe v. Wade.
I know, but it had to do. I knew it had to do with abortion. That's why I said
right.
Roe v. Wade.
So yeah, so he's saying that this drug that I'm not going to mifepristone. Taken with something else to end a pregnancy, like the abortion pill, is just unsafe. He's not saying they can't use it. He's not saying don't have the abortion with the pill. He's just saying that drug is unsafe, which is probably a little bit towards, hey, we don't want to have the abortion. But
yeah, that's why I said Roe v. Wade. I knew it had something to do with children.
Yeah, Roe v. Wade is about abortion.
Yeah.
But yeah, so he's over. Okay, so you knew that one. All right. There's no way you know this one. There's not a chance in hell. Not a chance in hell. It was on CNN. I saw it on TV.
I probably don't watch CNN.
There's no way. Like, it was a random 2-minute story. There is. All right. If you know this, I'm never gonna do this again. According to the CDC, last year, what jumped by 7%? There's no way.
Right.
There's no way you know.
Damn.
The CDC said something. I'm sorry, in 2021, not last year. In 2021, something jumped by 7%, according to the CDC.
I don't know. I'd guess mental illness or diseases worldwide. I don't know.
STDs.
Yeah.
All right. I can continue. I got you on one. I got you on one. All right.
That was obscure. Now that's not headlineable news, but I'll give you that one.
I didn't think you were going to know some lady was accused of being raped in a VR headset either. But hey, whatever, man. It was on CNN. I was like, all right, it's fair. I didn't weirdest.
No, you're right. It's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, I didn't Google most odd news stories possible. I literally just saw it on the TV.
Right now, Tim won. Tim 4, Eric 1.
Tim. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, I got the 3 last. I'll take
I'll
the
take
3
it.
last week.
1 for 4. I'm batting
Yeah.
250. I like it. I'm still in the lineup, buddy. Still in the lineup.
So
All right. Well,
I'm 4 out of 5, so I'm betting above 500.
yeah, you are. You're going for the MVP. You're going for the Triple Crown. All right, man. Well, what do you have this week? Last week you said you want to talk about Trump. We got a couple other things that you could yap about. I'm waiting.
Oh,
I got the hatches battened down. I got my foil hat, the whole 9 yards, man. Here we go.
I want to see that full hat, so it needs to come out.
I'll wear it next week.
Well, okay, seriously, what do you think about the Trump indictment? I'd like to hear your opinion before I get started down rabbit holes.
All right. Well, as you know, I don't have one, but so there's a couple sides to that, right? So what do I think about it? I think it's bullshit. I think that I don't. What are they? So they're just saying that during his campaign that they paid these girls to shut the hell up so they didn't come forward and ruin his election campaign, right?
Yeah, that's one. They came up with 32 indictments, 32 federal indictments. They threw shit on the wall hoping one of them's going to stick.
Right. And now I saw something today, like the GOP is going after the DA who's prosecuting all this, saying it's bullshit too. And I don't care. I wouldn't have cared if it came out while he was running for office that he had sex with prostitutes. I don't care. Can you run a country? Look, I mean, how long was Bill Clinton in office?
Oh, yeah. I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
Yeah, I was getting blown by Monica Lewinsky under the desk.
Yeah,
and they're still married. They're still
well. I mean, they're a power couple. I mean, she lets Bill do certain things, and Hillary does certain things, and hey, they leave each other alone. But
I haven't heard from Bill in a while. Is he still alive?
Yeah, he's still alive. I'm sure Hillary's got him on a chain somewhere doing something that.
Oh no, he's in Thailand screwing ladyboys.
That may be true. Hell, the way this country's going, he can do that in America.
That's right. Oh, yeah. Well, you can't actually do it. They just identify as it. In Thailand, you'll actually get a dick.
Yeah, that's true. This is true. Speaking, never mind. Anyway, you been to Thailand?
No. No, it's not. They're called Bangkok for a reason.
I never thought of it that way. That's a good day.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay, I'll pass on that one. We'll get out of that rabbit hole. We don't need to go down there. But
no,
I look at this kind of a little different. I actually think this is a sad
and yet,
time.
Here we go.
Here we go. I think this is a sad time in our country. I mean, I really do. I mean,
yeah,
this younger generation has not been taught, doesn't understand America. They doesn't understand our history. I mean, the education system has been taken over by radicals, as we all know. I mean, they don't teach the truth. What do your daughters come home and tell you?
Dad, I can't figure out how to do slope.
Yeah, Dad, I can't figure out that 2 + 2 = 5.
No, but it doesn't.
I mean,
well, no, they don't. I mean, they just tell me what they're learning about. They're not against it. They're just like, well, I'm in school. I have to learn about this, and that sucks. And then when they get out of school, like my oldest, right, doesn't know. She speaks on things that she's very passionate about, and she sometimes doesn't have the whole story but it's a story that we know, that we learned, because they're leaving out important information because it might offend somebody, and it's stupid.
No, exactly. Because, have you seen the Hulu series, the 1619 Project? Okay, of course you don't watch TV.
I do watch TV. As a matter of fact, this past weekend, all we did, me and my 16-year-old, all we did was watch TV. She was here for the weekend, for Easter weekend. We literally sat on the couch. We bought a puzzle and started it, and realized we bought a 2,000-piece puzzle and we didn't finish it. And then we watched FBI on Paramount Plus, man, all weekend. It was glorious. We didn't do a damn thing.
Did it rain? Was the weather bad? You couldn't get out?
It was beautiful. It was like 75 degrees. As a matter of fact, we went to Walmart to go buy some food because we were out. And on the way back, I was like, it's a shame we're not like outdoorsy. This is a beautiful day outside. But yeah, well, she has 2 track meets and a 3-day volleyball tournament this week. So all but 2 days of the week, she's going to be physically exerting herself. So she just needed to rest.
Yeah,
anyway,
she needed to rest.
Yeah.
But
anyway, I do watch TV every night.
Oh, the FBI.
No, what am I watching now? Right now I'm watching SWAT.
That's a good show too.
It's not bad.
So, but I mean, we're carefully being taught what we are, what we can and cannot do, and we're doubling down. This country's doubling down on this stupid nonsense bullshit, and other countries are laughing at us. I mean, you see some of these other countries are going, wait a minute, what happened to the America of 40 years ago, the superpower where we had, their allies were for us and not against us. And I mean,
yeah, people wanted to be allies with the U.S. Now they're just like, whatever.
Yeah, now they're all allying with China.
Pay us and we'll be your ally. Yeah,
exactly. But I mean, we basically abandoned and trashed the Constitution and Bill of Rights. I mean, I'd love to have a conversation with some of these young people to see how much of the Constitution and Bill of Rights do they actually know. I mean, I'm going to bet 25 to 28%, would probably know something. The rest of them don't. They're not being taught this shit.
I think this is where we now need to get my daughter on here.
Yeah, we do. We need to bring her on in a couple of weeks.
And you could just ask her, like, look, Destiny, we're just going to ask you some random questions that you should know from school. If you just don't remember, that's fine. We just want to know if you actually learned about them.
And do it to, hey, this is not an attack on you, but we just want to see where the education
we're just proving
system.
a point. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we need it. When can we have her on?
After school's over.
Okay, in May?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. We'll do that. But I mean, so just think about this. The front runner for the next presidential election and your political opponent, whether you agree with Donald Trump or whether you don't agree with, like you said, you wouldn't have cared if he was sleeping with a porn actress. Can you run a country? Whether you agree with him or not, he's just been indicted. I mean, we've never been a Marxist country or a communist country. That's what they do in Marxist and communist countries. I mean, Vladimir Putin just a couple of weeks ago had his opponent arrested.
And I think it's a lot to do with because they're still pissed off that a businessman won and not a politician.
Well, no, yeah, it goes back to, when he won over Hillary, granted, but I also think he understands he don't play ball with them. He don't play the bullshit. Hey, this is he literally is legit. Yeah, he may have some ulterior motives for himself, and who wouldn't understand that? But he legitimately was for America and the American people.
Yeah,
and he can't be bought. They can't bribe him with money because he's got his own damn money. He got his own damn jet. I mean, hell, he didn't even take a salary as the president. Put this shit back in the damn treasury, and they can't stand that shit.
I know.
I mean, but just think about it. Can you remember Nikita Khrushchev?
Nope.
You don't remember him? He was a Russian.
I would have
leader?
thought it was a girl. Go ahead. Nope.
So
no idea.
Back in it was like 1965. Leonid Brezhnev conspired with the government to arrest his political opponent, which was Nikita Khrushchev at the time. He was actually on vacation. They called him back from a vacation to Parliament. Hell, they had his ass arrested. He was put on house arrest for the damn near rest of his life. I mean, that's what the shit they do in Russia.
Oh, first of all, that was 9 years before I was even born. 11 years before I was even born.
Oh, damn, it was a couple years before I was born, but you still need to, And just a couple months ago, they actually showed this live on TV. China's parliament, they're having a meeting, and China's, what's his name, Zing, whatever. His political opponent sitting next to him, they walked in and handcuffed his ass and took him out. And he's sitting there looking like, what the hell are you doing? And everybody, all the other people are sitting in there like, I ain't saying a word. You saying a word? I ain't saying a word. Because they know what's next.
Yeah.
They do this shit in other countries. I mean, but Trump stood against the establishment. He stood against everything that they're trying to do, and they can't allow him to be elected during the next go-round. That's what they're trying to do.
Well, he can still run even if he's being tried.
But no, 100% agreed. But did you see Biden the other day? Somebody asked him that question, and he said, Biden actually made a comment in the clip. We've got to do whatever we can do that he constitutionally cannot run. We can't allow him to be elected into this office again.
Why? Because he's going to show up all the Democrats? Fuck.
No, because he's going to stop their agenda and where they're going. He throws a monkey wrench in everything.
Yeah, he does.
He does.
He does.
I mean, he don't give a flying rip. He will tell you like it is. Hey, you don't like it? We're going to bomb your ass. Okay.
Yeah, literally like out loud on national TV. Yeah, he has no filter. He is the worst public speaker on the face of the planet. But not the worst, but just, again, no filter. Like, he doesn't give a shit. He's here. I'm here to say something. I'm going to say it. If you don't like it, don't listen. Sorry.
Yeah, tough shit. But what he normally said was the truth, and most people didn't like it. I mean, he pulled us out of the Paris Accords. He pulled us out of whatever was bad for America. He started changing that shit.
Yeah.
And they don't like that. I mean, just think about what all he's endured. I mean, you had the Russian hoax, the Steele dossier. You remember all that?
No, absolutely no. You're talking Chinese.
So Russian. I'm speaking Russian. So when he was running his first term, they came out with this. Oh, he's colluding with the Russians to have election interference.
I remember that.
You remember that?
Yep.
It was called the Steele dossier.
Okay.
It has since been proven that Hillary and her team conspired with the Russians to propagate that to try to get him to lose. Trump had not a damn thing to do with it.
Of course,
it was the Democrats. I mean, he's been through that. He's been through 2 impeachments while in office, even though they
didn't stick, right?
They didn't stick. I mean, he's got his own company. He's got the New York State case against the Trump organization. That's happened. He's got a case with Georgia about the 2020 election. Supposedly.
I saw something on that today.
Yeah, supposedly he called the Secretary of State and was trying to make him change the electoral college, whatever.
No, I saw something today about they found out there was a printer malfunction or something somewhere. I didn't read the whole article. I saw it right before I came down here. What's happening, Tim? What's happening is you're getting me to read the news, and I'm actually reading some shit, and I get stuck down this rabbit hole, and I'm like, I'm flipping through news stories, and I'm like, well, this is cool. It's look, STDs are up by 7%, random shit, but it's like
random shit you would have never known.
This is true. Yes. So now when I go talk to my kids, I'll be like, hey, be careful. Did you know STDs are up by 7%?
So when you and I met, and now coming on this show, I'm going to say you were a little green to all of this. Do you think any of this shit I say is true? And I mean, I know you think it's true, but do you think, do you think their government's just going to be, they really care about us, or do they have any secret agendas going on?
Do I think the government cares about us? I would say about 18% of the people that work for the government care about us, and that I'm sure they have, and they always have, politicians and stuff have going on behind closed doors, but I think it's worse than ever now. But it's, again, I think this happened without us knowing about it a long, long time ago, when you couldn't just put it on Twitter or Facebook or whatever.
Agreed. They've been doing this for years.
Of course, absolutely.
They've got a certain agenda, and they want to keep power. They want to keep things, the status quo, things the way they are. And before social media, some of this stuff, now I kind of paid attention a little while ago, but not like I do now. But it's just, they're out of control.
Yeah. And I'm sure there have been many, many, many people in political office, or presidents, who have slept with other people and had affairs and everything else. But it wasn't, there's no way to get it out on social. There was no social media. There was just a news outlet, and then the news would be like, prove it. Nah, never mind. Right. So I don't know. I'm speaking for, this is a guy who doesn't watch the news, who doesn't keep up with current events or anything else. But I do know that a lot of the stuff that's going on in our world today is because it is amplified by social media. And like you said back at the beginning of this conversation, our kids are being raised to be little pussy shitheads who whine and complain. And I don't ever remember growing up around any single person that had a peanut allergy ever.
No.
Or a gluten allergy, or allergic to bees. Yeah, all the time. People are always allergic to bees for some reason. But, it's...
do you remember when you were growing up, ADHD? Do you remember being kids? Your kids?
No,
because we got sent outside and take your ass out and play and come out to, go
run around the building a few times and calm your ass down and come back in. You're absolutely right, because every single person who wants to be heard about anything in their life now has a platform to do so, and then it just escalates from there.
Yep, agreed. But the current case they brought against him, or bringing against him, has been sitting on the shelf for the last 3 years because they couldn't make it stick. They couldn't do anything with it. So it's kind of been sitting there, since he was there. Then all of a damn sudden, this stuff gets leaked, and they're able to dig up 34 damn felonies where before there were 0. I mean, what they do? Just pull them out the fucking air?
Yes, they did. They absolutely did. They made up a bunch of shit so that that they can get their agenda across. They can say, all right, well, Trump is unfit to run for president, so now we need a different Republican or whatever. And I'm tired of it, man. I'm tired of it.
Me and you both. I mean, but you're right. You hit the nail on the head, though. No matter what, this isn't about Trump. This is about them wanting more control and them us returning to the America like you and I grew up in. And I'm sure most of our audience grew up in. I doubt very seriously we have any, 22-year-olds that are just beating down YouTube to watch our YouTube channel. I would be shocked. If you are, please send us info at Grumpy Old Men. I'd like to hear from you if you're 22 and agree with us or in that age range.
Yeah, please. My goodness. I don't. Yeah, when Destiny comes on here, don't bring up Trump.
Why? She don't like him?
She's not a fan. No.
Okay, well, no. I mean, that's fair. But I'd be curious to know why she's
allowed to not be.
Yeah, is that 100% agree?
Well, 100%? She's not a fan because of the same reason most other women are not a fan. Because he's a sexist, misogynistic pig. That's all. I don't think she cares how we run the country. She's like me.
But we can say that about all the people that was a president. I mean,
That's not true. Actually, that's not true. She really cares. She studies a lot of stuff and looks in a lot of stuff.
That's good. Good. We're going to find out. I can't wait for her to come on. We're going to have some good conversation. But it's just, let's just talk about coincidence. So the report, first of all, the indictment was leaked before it ever came out, right? You remember
the
breaking?
I don't know about it. I knew about it when I saw it on the TV. That's it.
Right. You saw it on TV, Trump to be indicted, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
They actually leaked the indictment ahead of time. That's a felony. In New York State, that is a felony.
So is killing somebody who comes into your store.
Exactly. Of course, they charge you with murder.
Yeah.
Or the parking lot or whatever. So
who leaked it?
So somebody within the DA, somebody within Bragg's office, so I'm sure it was leaked on purpose by the government, but somebody within Bragg's office leaked it. And he leaked it to a reporter named Michael Isikoff. And if I say that name and you're like, who the heck is this, right? But it sure is coincidence that this is the same reporter that got the Steele dossier, the Russian hoax, leaked to him back in 2016. So in 2016, you get the leaked he receives the leaked document about Trump trying to collude with Russia. And now all of a sudden he gets the leaked document of we're going to indict Trump. Don't you think that's a little coincidental?
Yes.
I mean, come on, man.
No, it's not. No. There's no coincidence there. Obviously, there's something behind it, but who's going to do something about it? I mean, Trump will. Trump will fight it. Trump's going to... I don't think anything will ever come of it. This is just a smokescreen so that he doesn't become president again.
I hope you're right. But hell, maybe he can get elected president and pardon his own damn self. If he gets elected president, I'm going to pardon myself. What?
I'm going to have to look that. I know he can't. I know that's stupid, but what happens if you get convicted of a felony while in office? I guess he would get impeached and the vice president would take over.
Yeah, you could. They could impeach him and they could actually remove him from office. But if he were to get convicted, he could also pardon himself.
I don't think he can.
I don't know. Well, it's never been tried or never been done. So, I mean, who knows?
Here we go. I'm going to Google.
Here we go. We're going to find out.
Yep. Can the president pardon himself?
But you going to look it up?
Why is declare war the first thing that comes up? Himself. Constitution gives him the power to pardon others for federal crimes that may have committed, whether or not they have been charged by the time he leaves office, but he can't pardon himself from impeachment, and he has absolutely no authority to pardon anyone for crimes committed under state law. There you go.
But see, they got this listed as felonies. It's not.
Right. Well, he can't pardon himself no matter what.
Right.
And he also can't pardon anybody with under state law.
Just federal law. Okay.
I know it's federal law. But it
No,
doesn't
I
matter.
know. I said just under federal law.
Yes, he can only pardon federal law offenses,
Right.
but he cannot pardon himself no matter what it is. Can Trump pardon himself? It's right here at the top. I didn't even click on that. Constitution gives him the power to pardon others. Oh, same thing.
So, we've already established, we won't get into how crooked Bragg is and how, he's all of a sudden he's hired this he hired somebody that worked in the Justice Department. That was the assistant.
Hold on. I have to stop you for a second.
What?
Trump announced that he would pardon himself.
Oh.
That's where this article came from.
Oh, okay. That's funny.
I could stand in the middle of Fifth Avenue and shoot someone and still not lose any voters, said Trump. That's something to say out loud. Anyway, go ahead. Sorry.
So, but you got the reporter that gets the same leaked documents in two different Trump things. You got this dude, Matthew Colangio, if I'm pronouncing that wrong. Sorry, I don't really care. Colangio. He was hired by the DA, and this dude was a senior economic advisor to Obama. He was a labor secretary and future DNC chair, and he also was the acting associate in Biden's DOJ, associate attorney general. He was this in 2001. He was in January 2009. He was hired as the associate attorney general in the DOJ administration for Biden. And now he's been hired away from the DOJ back to Bragg's office to help this investigation. So it's pretty much most people look at this shit and laugh. Unless you're on the other side, then like, yeah, we got this son of a bitch. Let's go out there and hang him up.
Like I said, he's gonna walk just like he did, and they try to impeach him and everything else, and I don't care how many counts they got on him. He's walking. He's gonna walk. At the end of the day, he'll walk, and he still won't be able to. He'll still run for president. That I'm calling it next year.
I see, and I'm a little curious. I think if they actually go to trial in New York, I think he's going to get found guilty. If they have a trial in New York City, he's going to be found guilty. Couple reasons is the attorney that is on this case is a heavy Democratic contributor. He also contributed back to blue. He also contributed to get rid of Trump. He's contributed money to getting rid of Trump. And his daughter works or has done work for Kamala Harris. And the American Bar Association says if there's any chance of improprieties or any way you can see improprieties, you must recuse yourself from a case. He's like, no, I can be impartial. Really? I mean, he's not recusing himself from a case. I guarantee you can't find 10 sons of a gun in Manhattan right now that'd be willing to not vote Trump guilty just because. Are you going to walk out of that courtroom in Manhattan going, yeah, I voted not guilty? I mean, and I might, but.
Yeah, hell yeah, I would. Yep. With the gun I bought a week ago.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, right. I mean, think about it. If they don't get a change of venue, I agree with you, he's not guilty, but I think if they actually have a trial in Manhattan, I think he's found guilty. It'll be bullshit and trumped up, but he's found guilty.
No pun intended.
No pun intended.
Yeah. And I saw that a lot of it was his financials with his personal businesses too, and that's why it's in New York.
Yeah, well,
because that's where he does all his business.
That's some of the state case that they got. They got some of the state case stuff they got against the Trump organization.
Right, but I mean, like you said, they're throwing everything at the wall and seeing what sticks. So, like, all right, let's attack his business. Let's see what his kids have done that he was, attached to, and
yeah, but it's they raided Margot Law about these classified documents that they declassified. But now it's come out that Joe Biden did the same damn thing as vice president and had him 3 or 4 different places. Well, go arrest his ass.
Yeah, I watched that. Like I was watching that on the news that they were raiding his whatever Delaware home or whatever, and they found shit in his garage.
Yeah,
but he's still in office.
Exactly.
And nobody's trying to impeach him.
That's because he's part of the team. But the problem is we got to start fighting fire with fire. I mean,
you're right.
If the other side and the people that want this country, because they've opened up the door now, so some of these. Whether we call them Republicans or whatever, but some of these Republican DAs ought to start bringing charges against Hunter Biden.
I think they haven't brought charges up against Biden is because they think he's just going to die any day now.
Well, that could be true. I mean, you can't tell me you can't make me sit here and think that Biden has any idea what the hell's going on.
Oh, no.
He's reading the damn teleprompter, eating his damn ice cream that he was talking about. He has no damn idea of what is really going on.
No, he's running around the White House with like a model airplane going.
You know,
he's playing like in his bathtub with his, his dolls and shit.
Because you don't even never see Jill. I mean, they never do anything together. So it's just, I feel sorry for her.
Yeah, I think he's brain dead. I think something's wrong with him, honestly.
No, I totally agree. I think he has dementia.
Yeah.
I really do. And I'm surprised that something medically hasn't happened to him by now. I mean, I hate to say that. I don't wish any ill on any president we have of this country, but I'm just his age and the way he acts, I'm a little shocked.
Yeah, and I think that's really the only reason Kamala Harris agreed to run with him. She just assumed after a year or two she would be president. No, that's seriously though. I think.
No, I agree.
I'd rather have her as president than Biden, though. At least we get a good speaker like Obama. Man, that man could speak. Whew.
Oh, Obama could orate. He was pretty good.
You fall in love with Obama when you're listening to him talk. He was just charismatic and fun. But anyway.
I didn't agree with his policies, but he could speak.
Yeah, no. Again, I don't follow it enough to care really. But yeah, I love the way he spoke. I think he's a cool dude. Like I'd actually like to hang out with Obama for like a day. I think it'd be fun. I'd like to hang out with Trump just to record some of the shit that he does.
Oh, Trump would be hilarious. He would be hilarious.
We'll get him to a bar.
Oh yeah, right. That would be fun. That would be good. I mean, but with all this going on with Trump, I mean, we're officially a banana republic. I don't care what anybody says.
It's you're not going to hear about this in 2025. That's for sure.
No,
it'll be gone by then. It'll be gone. It's an election. It's an election year. Just again, smokescreen bullshit. Whether he gets convicted or not, they're only doing this so he doesn't get elected again. They're just trying to prevent him from being the president again. Because we all know if he ran again, he'd be president.
Oh, 100% agreed. He'd be, and I think they're making him into a martyr now.
Yeah,
I really do.
We'll see.
So
we'll see.
Anyway. So we better not go down that rabbit hole too much further. So, I'm looking forward to next week to see. So you got me.
Yeah,
you got me on one. So
I can't wait to see what you bring next week. I'll bring more stories, man. I'll keep
bringing
more
stories. You got one. So
I got one.
One.
1 for 3. I'm good. Actually, technically 1 for 2 today. Nashville doesn't count. There's no way you didn't know about that.
Oh yeah, we all know about Nashville, but that.
But I will. I'll bring a text from Destiny. Go figure. But anyway, I will. I'll update you guys on track. I guess next week, if you want to know, we'll dive into some more stuff that we couldn't go down in today. But as usual, man, it was great to see you.
Yep, you too. Y'all good luck. Hope she runs like the wind. Run like the wind, bullseye.
That's right. She'll run as fast as she can. Maybe not like the wind, but that's fine. Okay. As long as she tries her hardest, I don't care.
Exactly.
All right, man. Well, until next time, I'm Eric.
I'm Tim. We're the Grumpy Old Men.
Grumpy Old Men. Like, subscribe, follow, comment, whatever. Send us the emails. It's all down here at the bottom. And we look forward to seeing y'all again next week. Talk to you soon.
Bye.
Bye.